loads of big knickers.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Another late night podcast in our pajamas.
I know. Why do we keep doing this? We need to really get back into the swing of the mornings.
We really do.
Sorry, if I look really tired, I mean, I am tired. It's a given. Literally got like a couple of weeks left till the due date. But I've got this, I don't know if this is a pregnancy symptom.
Yeah.
You know what it's like? You start Googling stuff. I've got all of a sudden the last couple of days, I've got all this like weird eczema come under my eyes here and all on my eyelids.
Oh, that's so strange. Because you've never had
really
eczema.
Strange. No, I've never really.
What?
Never
Maybe
really had it.
Maybe a bit of stress with the house.
I don't.
Diet? Have you ate anything different?
No. Oh, but I haven't actually told you.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're like straight in. I had food poisoning this week.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, towards the end of it was towards the end of last week. So it was it happened honestly
Before or after the Port Lim?
After. So it was from fish.
Oh no.
I know, the worst, probably the worst type of food poisoning.
Was it at home or was you out?
No, I was out. So I basically I had some fish. You know when you have one mouthful of something and you think, oh, that doesn't taste
Taste right. Yeah.
It was just one like little like forkful. I thought, oh, that didn't taste right. Anyway, that was that. Didn't think anything of it. Got home, I was like in bed that night and I thought, oh, like I don't feel good at all. And I had really bad shooting pains, like all in my back, my stomach. And you asked Greg, I was walking around and I was doing the, like, remember that rotate to the leg?
Yes, yeah.
I was almost doing that and I thought, oh God, I hope I'm not in labour. Like, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm full term, so it could have been.
Could have been, yeah.
So I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, I don't feel good. Anyway, went to the toilet a few times, really bad, tummy upset. And then at about midnight, oh my gosh, I've never been sick like it in my life.
No.
I was so ill. Sorry, I know this is not very nice to talk about on the pod, but you can imagine, right? It was bad. And I was up literally for 5 hours, couldn't control it, couldn't stop it. It was just everything. And, you know, in the end where I was retching so bad, like my stomach, obviously I was in bits. I felt really, really rough.
God.
So the next morning, I literally didn't sleep. I was up all night being ill. So the next morning I had terrible pains like in my stomach, my back. I thought, oh my goodness, I've strained
probably
so
from all
much.
that straining and like pushing.
It was like, you know, like like that.
Course,
and that's the thing, like I that's like that false, isn't it? When you're sick, it's awful. And so I rang the hospital and I just thought I'd better let the midwife know, because I was a bit worried, because obviously, as I explained last week, my situation is the baby is breech. So they said to me, any signs of labour, you must call us and you must get here straight away. So I thought, right, I didn't know what the pains, could it be labour? Could it be just pains from the night I've had anyway? So I called them. They was like, can you come in?
You can't take any risks. Yeah.
No, exactly. So I went in and they hooked me up on the monitors and they said to me, they was like, your heart rate is extremely high. It's where you're obviously fighting something in your system. Baby's heart rate was absolutely fine, which is obviously all you care about, isn't it? You're like,
yeah, of course.
I was like, I don't care about me. And the doctor walked in and she went, you look very poorly. I went, I am. I said, I feel really, I feel terrible. And Greg was sitting there like trying not to laugh, and I was like, no, but I looked great.
Yeah,
you know, like,
you've just been chucking up your guts all night. Everything was drained out of me, and so I had to stay in there for a little while, and they had to wait for my heart rate to go down. Obviously, what fish was it?
Just grilled sea bass. So yeah, that was a bit dramatic towards the end of my week. And you know, like, isn't it just the worst thing being unwell?
That is just, I can't believe that you've gone through that and you're so pregnant. So what did they do? Did they give you any kind of, did they put any like drip on you to give you some
they
nutrition.
checked all my they was going to, but then they checked my urine and I was hydrated enough not to have to
go on
that's
that.
Good. I'd been I thank God I just kept drinking loads of water.
Yeah.
So that morning I'd kind of rehydrated, but they did give me some anti-sickness tablets.
Yeah.
Which they said, so I had one while I was in the hospital, and she was like, do you want some paracetamol for the pains? Because basically so when they monitored the pains, it was like almost contractions, but it was in my uterus, but it's where I'd been straining so much. Like,
so your body was like thinking that you was going into labour or something.
Yeah, but I wasn't. But it was the same sort of thing, but it was like around my uterus where the baby.
But also that's quite scary, because anything that happens if you're pregnant, you start panicking, don't you? You just want to make sure that baby's okay. Oh, but how are you now?
Yeah, fine. I feel like I made a chicken noodle vegetable soup, because the last couple of days I've pretty much just had like a bit of toast and that's it.
Yeah, because you probably haven't fancied anything.
Been able to stomach. No, exactly. So I just made a chicken noodle vegetable soup, and that went down really nicely. Like I needed some. Oh,
good. Yeah, but also like chicken broth is so good for you. It's the best thing to have if you've been sick, isn't it? So
yeah.
But sounds awful.
I'm just tired.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
But thank you. But anyway, update us on Rosie's birthday.
Yes, so Rosie turned 5. She had such a lovely day. So it's funny because I asked Rosie, like, what do you want to do for your birthday? And she was like, I said, well, do you want to do a party? Do you want to do something a bit like with 1 or 2 friends? Like, what do you want to do? So the options are endless. She was like, I want to stay in a hotel. I was like, okay. I like where you're going here. Yeah. I was like, okay. I said, if we stay in a hotel, though, it will mean that you obviously won't be able to invite all your friends to the hotel. Anyway, we ended up staying in the hotel, and her best friend Grace came, which was lovely. Like they stayed as well, so it was just like us and them. So in the morning she woke up. It was funny because I had wrapped all her presents up, and she was like, I said, do you want to open all your presents this morning, or do you want to take them to the hotel and open them there, like with your other surprises? And she was really good. She opened 2 presents at home, and then she saved all the rest till we got to the hotel. I was like, that's quite good. Like for a 5-year-old, we would have steamed in, wouldn't we?
It's very good self-control.
Isn't it? We would have steamed right in. Anyway, she had a really lovely time. We got there and I done like, it's really weird because she wanted her theme to be Frozen. And I told you, didn't I? Rosie's never actually watched the movie Frozen. We went to the West End show.
She's been to the theatre, seen the show, yeah.
Yeah, but even prior to that, she kind of just likes the girls. I think she just likes Elsa and Anna, you know, like the characters, the dresses and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
So we done that. That was like the theme, cake and stuff. And yeah, she was like really extra all day. She had 3 outfit changes.
I loved the outfit.
She wore the pink dress Mum got her like for the first part of the day. And then Grace bought her a dress. They both had matching for dinner, which was really cute, this kind of like disco-y dress. And then when we got back to the room, I'd bought this white dress with butterflies on it, and I said to her, I really wanted to get a picture of her of a cake. I said, just for memories, when we get a picture. She was like, yeah. So we had three outfits. She literally went all in.
Amazing.
But yeah, they went to bed really late.
So
she got a karaoke machine. She was obviously just shouting on that all night, as you can imagine. But it was really good.
Yes.
And then the next day, this is quite funny actually. So we had a job with My Little Pony. So we had to go to an event in the Embankment. So me, Rosie and Edward left quite early at the hotel and went to this job. Really cute. They'd like sort of set up this big balloon tent, get glitter tattoos. Anyway, so it was all going really well. And they had balloons, and they gave Rosie like a big balloon when she got there. She tied it to her wrist. And, you know, like one of her presents from one of her friends was like this trainer kit. So like all these gems and you can decorate your shoes. Anyway, she'd gone into London with her trainers decorated. She decorated them in the morning. She was like, oh, can I decorate them? I was like, yeah, of course you can. Anyway, she took all these stickers off the shoes and stuck it to her balloon. So she'd done that, this bespoke balloon. Anyway, so That was to her wrist the whole time. So there was this part of the event where the lady was presenting and basically like talking to the general public all about the event, and you know, Rosie's here to make a wish, and they had this like glitter ball cannon thing that went everywhere like that. Anyway, so all this was about, and it had to go at a certain time. All this was just about to happen. All of a sudden, the balloons, Rosie's balloons, come off her wrist. It's gone up in the sky, and then like trapped on like the tree just above us. Well, you could only imagine, can't you? It was like a meltdown, and it was this meltdown. The woman had the microphone, and she was just about to do this whole like speech / announcement. Was everyone looking? Thing. Yeah, I was like, oh no, and I'm on my own as well, so it was just me and Edward and Rosie. Obviously, like the people from the production, the team were there. They were really nice, but you just like, oh my, I really need some backup right here. So I've got Edward in my arms, and I was like, it's okay, but do you know what it was? She kept looking up, and it was still there. So like that was making it worse. The fact that she could still see it. Do you know what I mean? Because it was in the tree. Yeah, it hadn't so gone. Near, but so far. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, finally, like one of the other women sorted it out and was like, oh, let's put a glitter tattoo on another one. So we sorted it in the end. She was all fine and happy. But do you know what I mean? Just like, it was all going so well, and it happened right at the worst point. But anyway, she was fine. But yeah, she had a lovely birthday celebrations. Yeah, we done. It was nice. It's really good. I'm just trying to look what else we've done. We went swimming. She got this mermaid towel thing. I think Nellie's had one before. You know, like the actual, see that. Yeah, so she had that. We was in the swimming pool, so she was being a mermaid. But me and Paul was really laughing because sometimes she can do it, and then sometimes they get a little bit twisted in it all, don't they? They sort of don't really know. We was laughing. Yeah, it's quite. Well, really, if you think about it, that's quite like keeping your legs together. And then doing the thing, yeah. But we was really laughing because she was coming up out of water sometimes, and like all the hair was over her face, and we was like, well, that's not very mermaid-like. But you know, like she was hysterical laughing, and then she kept doing it. But it was funny. She was a little mermaid. Oh, I'm glad she had a lovely birthday. Yeah. Sorry, this is totally off subject, but go for it. I'm still unpacking boxes at home. Oh, so am I. And I know, do you know what, that made me feel better. I said that to Mum. I went, Mum, Samantha said she's still unpacking boxes because me and Mum like constantly moan at each other about like the fact we haven't unpacked all of our boxes yet from the house move. So look at this. Do you remember this? Oh, yes. Look at me. Wow. I remember that photo frame. So for those that are just listening, it's a photo of me and Samantha. And can you remember those bikinis? They were matching but different shapes from Marks and Spencer's. It's really funny because I really remember that actual frame as well. Frame? Yeah, like so that's what I said. When I got it out, I said to Mum, I was like, oh my goodness. I remember the frame more than the... And then just this one, sorry. This is a classic. Oh, I love that. That's basically Billie and I. How old am I? Two and three? Are we, or Mum 3 and 4? Mum said that day you just was not having it. Like I was really miserable in every photo. Yeah, look at my face. But it actually works. It makes it even more. I love them pictures. So I saw on Instagram that you've had your staircase carpet done. Oh, so you're still getting stuff done. Then that's good. Oh, there's still like. Is your mirror selfie up in the hallway? Mirror selfies up. I need to actually post them. The mirror's up, the lights are on in the hallway, which is great. I need to actually get a little mirror selfie. Get some selfies. But I know. I just, do you know what? I have zero interest on Instagram at the minute. Me too. And do you know what? I was thinking that to post. Even since being in this house, I've hardly done anything. I don't have time at the minute. I know it sounds bad, but obviously I'm always like doing stuff, and then I think at the end of the day I should have like taken a snap of that, or should have, because people just love to see like the everyday bits and bobs what you're up to, don't they? So I just, do you know what it is? It's what it is with me. It's not I just forget to upload my content. Like I'll snap away and get bits throughout the day, or I've all good intentions and then I forget to upload it. I know exactly what you mean. And the thing is, sometimes, like, obviously there's work stuff that you need to get out. So it's like you get that out and then you kind of forget about doing all the actual real stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's hard. It's like you get the work bits out of the way, then you're like, well, that's not actually always interesting for people to see. They want to see the real stuff too. I know exactly what you mean. Oh gosh, can I smell poo-poo?
I start filming again tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, how are you doing that?
No, honestly.
What's the schedule like? What have you got to do?
So tomorrow we are filming a midwife appointment.
Okay.
Film school pickup and then just like stuff at home, like quite chilled tomorrow. To be honest, like it's just we're filming like 3-4 days a week now for the next 4 weeks.
Wow, that's intense.
I know. It's just like just leading up to giving birth, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
So one thing, actually loads of things, but I haven't packed my hospital bag or anything yet.
Oh, actually, yeah, we've had loads of people ask about that, haven't we?
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing all of that this week, and I'm obviously.
So what are you packing? Let's give the listeners an insight to your.
Right, well, this will really make you laugh because I was thinking about this the other night. I was really on my mind, like thinking about I need to get my hospital bag packed. And I forgot what you need. So I actually went on Pinterest and typed in, I think I typed
it's always ridiculous though. I reckon you use like a few bits, charmers.
So I think my essentials would be going back. So I went onto Pinterest and I googled giving birth hospital bag essentials, and it come up with a list, which I actually thought was a really good guideline because I've forgotten like what I needed and stuff, and I've been so like chilled about it all this time. I think with Nelly and Arthur had my hospital bag packed like probably 2 months before. But, I think the main thing is, the main things like for you,
remember not to pack your nightie because I've got one for you.
You're going to hand down that one.
That you bought for me, the ugly nightie. So, yeah, I'll be bringing that.
I queued up in Primark for 30 minutes for that sodding nightie.
That nightie was really comfortable.
No, because I was running around Lakeside like a headless chicken trying to find you just a plain cotton non-itchy nightie. And do you think I could find one? No.
When you were born.
But yeah, hand me that one down.
Yeah, I'm bringing that.
So I think for me, so I've not packed it yet. I'm packing it this week. But I think like essentials would be quite a few pairs of pyjamas.
Quite a few. Which about just 2 pairs?
Well, just in case, you never know. Like 2 or 3 pairs, just in case.
Yeah.
Well, you never know, especially if I have to, no. So if I do have to have a cesarean, then you have to stay overnight.
Yeah.
So definitely
10 pairs of pajamas.
10 won't be staying that long, hopefully.
No.
I think like little coming home outfit for the baby and a hat.
Yeah.
Like a nice little white baby grow.
Those big thick pads you need for your knickers. Big knickers you need.
Breast pads.
Mm-hmm. Big knickers.
Big loads of big knickers, which I actually ordered today on M&S. Loads of big knickers.
I think was it you last time that? Oh, mind you, that's because Nelly was a summer baby. You had the water spray,
cooling spray.
Cooling spray because she was really hot.
Can you remember how hot it was when I gave birth to her? You know when you're in labour, your hormones, sometimes your body temperature can go quite high.
I actually was hot.
Maybe like a water spray bottle is a good idea. I'm trying to think of other things I've packed in the past.
Just like makeup wipes, skincare, you know, like all things that...
Toothbrush.
Yeah.
Shower gel, because you know like after you've given birth, after a little while, the first thing you want to do is get in the shower, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, remember I did. It's so weird when you get in the shower for the first time after having the baby. You look down, your bump's gone, but your tummy's like gone to like, it looks like...
It almost feels numb, doesn't it? Your belly almost feels numb.
Well, it's just like, like jelly. It's just the maddest thing. And then, like, this little sack where it's been, it's actually quite sweet. You think, the bump's gone and the skin's, like, all kind of there but loose.
Yeah, it is so weird. It is
but then,
crazy. I'm just so fascinated still about...
Women are amazing. How on earth do we...
We are.
You grow a proper human, a real human, in just 9 months or 10 months, whatever it is. Like,
I know.
That's such a short amount of time to grow an actual person.
I know. It's honestly, it blows my mind. I always think about things like that.
I'm just quickly, so this is obviously still going on. Edward's on my lap. He's... Look, can you see this?
He's doing your paperwork.
He's got... all of poor Rosie's drawings out of the thing. He's playing with a box of eyelashes, those little Barclays keypad things. Anything to keep you quiet, sweetheart. What's this? I probably shouldn't give you that.
All I can hear is like rustling around.
Yeah, sorry.
Like his little hands rustling.
Like, there's no one else to have you, is there, at the moment? No, you can't have that. Open your mouth. Right, that can go on the floor.
Is he at the stage now where everything's going in the mouth?
Absolutely everything, honestly. Look, he's got 2 of the Barclays things now. He's putting them towards his mouth.
This episode is brought to you by Redbubble.
Billie, you have so many people to buy for over Christmas. You must struggle to come up with gift ideas.
I do actually. I always want to get presents that are meaningful and have some thought behind them.
Exactly, which is why you should have a look at Redbubble. Redbubble is a global online marketplace that brings together a community of independent artists who sell unique designs on everyday products. So it's a really great place to find unique gifts this Christmas.
That sounds really good. So what kind of stuff can you get on there?
There are so many things on the site. There's clothing, wall art, stuff for your home, phone cases, stickers, accessories and more. So many things to choose from and lots of really unique designs. And the website is really handy. There's a gift section and it's called All Categorized. So you can find something perfect for everyone in the family.
That's really useful. It's great to find something different as well, isn't it?
Yes, and it's all designed by talented artists. You can even get fan art on there, so you can get something tailored to someone's favourite film or TV show with Redbubble's newest partner, Netflix.
Right, guys, we have a 20% off promo code for you, which is valid until the end of December. It's RBC-Sam and Billie.
That's RBC-Sam and Billie for 20% off. You can go to the episode description for the links and code. Right, okay, so dilemmas. We've had a couple of dilemmas come through. Hi, Sam and Billie. My dilemma is that I went out on a work event and ended up being the drunkest, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm really anxious to go back to work. Any advice? Don't worry, we've all been there. And they'll forget about it. And the thing is, it's always a lot more worse for you than it is for the people that you were with, because as well as that, what you forget is that most of the people are probably drunk as well.
They probably don't remember.
Like specifics.
Maybe if like, sorry, I'm sitting here and my boob
colostrum
has leaked. Yeah,
you need to save the colostrum. Oh yeah, save it.
Bad.
You need to.
I just
freeze
felt like a bit of water on my pajamas. Right, so sorry, getting back to this dilemma.
Yeah.
Leaky boobs already. I need to get my breast pads on now, clearly. So, yeah, we've all been there. And also, if it's at a work event and everyone's been drinking, like you say, everyone's probably...
more than likely
had a few drink anyway.
Pissed anyway, yeah.
But also, if you feel that mortified, I think just try and, like, make a joke and go, oh my goodness, I was so drunk. Like... Make a joke of it and then just squash it so it doesn't feel like the elephant in the room.
Rather than avoiding it.
I don't think anyone would really... People wouldn't even, like, bat an eyelid. I think it's more... it's worse if someone like tried to deny it and be like, I was all right, no, I wasn't. I didn't do that. Rather than just hold your hands up.
I can't stand it when people deny and they go, yeah, I wasn't even drunk, or I'm not hungover. And I think,
yes.
Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, yeah, just own up. Just own up.
Yeah, just own up, exactly.
Okay, next dilemma. I'm 9 weeks pregnant and really struggling with morning sickness. I've been given anti-sickness, that's what they gave me, from the doctor, which work, but make me feel like a zombie all day. Oh my gosh. Maybe that's why I'm so tired. To be fair, I only took them that first day. I'm struggling to look after my other kids because I feel so sick. Do you have any tips for morning sickness? Or do you know what? I think I've been so lucky. Like, I only had morning sickness a couple of times this pregnancy, and I've never really suffered with it that bad because I've heard it's horrendous. But I have suffered with nausea, and I really find what helps me is ginger nut biscuits.
I was going to say ginger nut biscuits. Unfortunately, I'm a bit rubbish with this because I never got morning sickness.
No,
the only thing I did get, the only thing I did get was Edward is a little bit nauseous, like you said. But other than that, not. And that must be because I've read that before, like when people get like violently like proper sick when they're in bed. One of my friends has got a baby similar age to Edward, and the first 4 months of her pregnancy, she said I couldn't even get out of bed. She's got 2 other children as well, so I could only imagine it's so tough. But
that's really tough.
When it's that serious, I don't think, like, do you just have to ride it out? Like, you can do things to help the situation, but I think, isn't it like you get it severely or you don't? Like, didn't Kate Middleton get it so bad as well?
Yeah, I think she was had to go into hospital because of it. It's really tough. I mean, if it's something that you can manage at home, then my which is not that great, but my advice is like eating little and often, like some sugar, like ginger nuts. But I'm not
and I guess just stay hydrated, right? No, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's so awful. Difficult. And also, like, don't be afraid to ask for help. Like, if you're struggling to look after the other kids, because it's really hard. Like, you know, when you're tired and you don't feel great, it is like, even now, like, I'm like, you know, just bathing the kids and stuff. I'm some nights and then doing the teeth and then getting them ready for school. I feel exhausted.
This episode is brought to you by TYPOLOGY, who create natural and sustainable skincare that caters to your individual skin needs.
You guys know how much we love our skincare. We talk about it all the time on this podcast, and we think you'd really like to give TYPOLOGY a try. You can get products that are tailored to your skin's specific needs. You just do a test online and then you get a personalised prescription.
TYPOLOGY favours natural ingredients, which we love. There are no added fragrances. They use a minimalist formula on their products, and it's all strictly vegan.
They sent over some of their best sellers. I love the moisturiser. It's really silky and lightweight. And the eyelash and brow serum is lovely. It just adds a nice little touch up so you don't feel like you're even wearing any makeup.
Also, can we just talk about how nice the packaging is too? It's all sustainable, plus it looks elegant, so it will look lovely on my dressing table. The Radiance Vitamin C Serum is one of my faves. You just put a couple of drops on before you apply your moisturiser, and it just makes your skin feel less dull. It gives it a glow.
So guys, give TYPOLOGY a try yourselves, and we will give you a little treat with our podcast promo code. Go to uk.typology.com/Sam and Billie, and you'll receive a free lip and cheek balm worth £16 when you make a purchase.
That's uk.typology.com/Sam and Billie.
Shall we move on to Ask Us Anything?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, so the first one, what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you? I know what springs to mind straight away to me.
Go on.
What kind of, is it like scary as in?
Yeah, like
ooh, frightening.
Yeah.
Well,
what's yours?
When Arthur was 2, when we was in Dubai, he had a really bad temperature, a really high temperature one night.
Oh, I remember this.
We was in the hotel room, and So me and him stayed in. Everyone sort of went out for dinner and stuff. And I was up with him all night. He was poorly. Anyway, had the doctor come out the next day. Next day, he was all right. And then his temperature soared again later on that night. And I was in the lift with him in his buggy, taking him to go and get some fresh air. And I looked at him and he was like completely vacant. And all of a sudden, he started fitting in his buggy in the lift. It was.
I remember you calling me because I wasn't there.
It was horrendous, like the scariest thing. That is definitely the scariest thing that ever happened to me. We run out the lift. Like we had like mum with us and some family. Like great sister Francesca was there. I was screaming. Actually, thank God, mum and Nelly had gone like in the lift before us, and they were walking ahead. And I was screaming, help, like just, and then he come out of it after must have been about a minute, but it felt like 20 minutes. It was just awful. But what had happened afterwards, we found out, like it was just where his temperature had gone so high, it was a convulsion. And we went to hospital, spent the night in hospital. He just had like an infection. They had like an infection, but they didn't really say, they couldn't pinpoint what it was, but I think there was a virus, like a viral something that was going on. But that was really, and I know that a lot of people go through that a lot, I think, with their children, like not a lot, but it's quite common.
Do you know what would be really scary is, do you know what's really common? The babies and children do that breath holding.
My you know Francesca, Bertie, he used to do that.
Really?
To the point where he used to like pass out almost.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's really common.
Maybe he did pass out.
Yeah, they do. Well, some children do. I've got a friend that her daughter, that's what she done all the time. Could you imagine how scary?
Really, really scary.
I don't know how parents cope. Well, I guess you have to.
Oh, I know.
And you become used to it, let's say, because some children do it often, don't they?
Ever happened to me.
Scariest thing that's happened to me, I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think of something a bit more like spooky.
Yeah, rather than
traumatic. So, do you remember when I done that TV show? And it was like someone from the UK versus someone from America. And I was against Coolio, Gangster's Paradise, who actually died recently. Yes.
No way.
So, how's that?
That's really sad.
Anyway, so we done this bungee jump. Well, it was all different rides. There's this theme park called Six Flags in America, like all these mad, crazy rides. But the one that scared me the most was the bungee jump. So it was a bungee jump, but it was.
How did you even do that?
I don't know, but it was
when you're young and carefree, you don't care.
Yeah, and I guess we were filming it for this show, so I just built up the courage. I don't know, and it was over a concrete as well. It was like over this concrete car park. It was huge, and you have to sort of like jump free fall, and then the bungee's on your ankles.
I remember you doing it, but I didn't know it was that
years
savage.
ago, like literally 10 years ago, 11 years ago, I don't know. But that was really my
worst nightmare.
Yeah.
That is literally my worst nightmare.
It was terrifying.
Just really quick, Solly. Sorry, change subjects. Have you been watching I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here?
No. And I'm so annoyed because I was really wanting to get into this year, but my week has been but I'm gonna pick up because I've kind of caught some bits online. Do you know, like,
you should watch it. It's really good. It's a great
I did watch the
cast
eating
this year.
I watched the eating one with Boy George. I watched that.
Matt Hancock. He had to eat a sheep's vagina.
That's disgusting. How do they even think of these things?
Sheep's vagina, cow's anus. It was bad. They really stitched him up. They went to town on him. But to be fair, I've got to say he did amazing. He ate everything in front of him. So did Boy George. Right. Quickly, next, ask us anything. Worst part of the morning routine. Mine in my house is brushing, kids' teeth brushing. It just drives me insane.
Mine's all of it. Mine are 2 snails.
Yeah.
Honestly,
snails, mine are 2 snails.
Like, they get up, they want to go downstairs, they want to
mooch about,
mooch. Yeah, I'm like, no.
Mine are 2 snails that don't want to brush their teeth properly. It's so frustrating. Nelly stands there and like chews her toothbrush. I'm like, why are you chewing your toothbrush? Like, brush your teeth. I have to physically do it for them both if I want them to have decent.
Well, mine shower before school. Do yours?
Yeah, in the mornings they have a bath or shower at night, and then they sometimes, most of the time they have a bath or shower in the mornings. But recently, to be honest with you, I'm like, we haven't got time. Like, just have
brush your teeth,
wash your face, brush your teeth.
Exactly. So ours shower in the mornings, and Rosie's quite quick. She's quite in and out, but little Paul will just sit in the base of the shower, and I'm like, you need to get out. You know, that sort of like morning sitting there, and he's got like all the water running on him, and he just obviously is in a trance. I'm like, we need to get out. Come on. But I'm really annoying. I hate the sound of my voice in the morning. Like,
so do I. Come on.
Like, just
me too.
Myself
I don't.
all morning.
Do we know anyone that actually enjoys the school morning routine? It's the bane of my life. Anyway, would Sam ever do another reality TV show?
Yeah, definitely.
Sam,
would you? I absolutely would. I don't know what, and the time is not right. Probably for another year, because obviously Edward and all the kids and stuff, but I definitely would. I feel like when I'm in the swing of things again and I've got a bit of me time back, which is probably not going to be for another year, I would definitely do something else. I'm always up for a challenge. I wonder what it would be. I wonder what opportunity is going to come my way if they do.
I suppose as well, it's just so different to what we've always known and what we've done. Like, if you've done something different, because like with the nature of, like, let's say like the Mummy Diaries, Family Diaries, you can have the kids involved, but then it'd be nice to do something just maybe separate, like different to that kind of reality.
I know this wasn't the best experience for you, but when you done Dancing on Ice, that was something for you. Like, you was learning the skills.
Completely out of my comfort zone. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so that's all we have time for today.
And that's a wrap.
I'm really sorry about that. Next one we have to do morning when the kids are at school and we have an hour to ourselves. I'm really sorry about that, guys. That was very unprofessional, but let's move on.
We've got to do it. We've got to do what we've got to do, you know.
That's it.
Okay, and also remember, guys, you can listen to the Sam and Billie show ad-free on Amazon Music as well. So thanks you everyone for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.